Hello everyone, it's Thursday. So I've been doing a lot of reading recently, mostly spiritual for that matter. Like I'm currently working my way through this book, God's Voice Within, The Ignatian Way to Discover God's Will, which has been such a wonderful read and such a great help for me over the last few weeks. I also purchased some secondhand novels from a library book sale a couple of months ago, and I've been working my way through some of those. The first one that I read was Where the Red Fern Grows, which I read when I was in 6th grade, and the only thing I remember about it was that it was very sad. I didn't remember much of the plot of the book. The next book I will be reading will be this classic, The Great Gatsby, which I read when I was in high school, and as many high schoolers may attest to, I did not enjoy it very much. Probably because I wasn't reading it for fun, but I'll be doing that now when I read it. The novel that I just finished reading, and the one that you could probably tell from the title of this video, is this book, J.D. Salinger's The Catcher and the Rye. I've heard many people say what a great book this is, so when I was at the book sale, I made sure to find it, and when I did, I bought it right away. I read it in just under a week, and, well, I didn't really like it. No, that's actually being too nice. I strongly disliked it. Now, I realize that across the decades, many critics have praised this book for its brilliant portrayal of the angsty teenager through the character of Holden Caulfield, who, I gotta be honest, I wanted to give a good smack the moment that I started reading the book. Here we have a young man who could care less about his future, doesn't give anyone the benefit of the doubt, looks for the absolute worst qualities in anybody that he encounters, and to top it off, is one of the rudest and most judgmental literary characters I think I've ever encountered in any book. I found it just as difficult to follow the storyline because half the time, Salinger goes off into some unrelated tangents that have nothing to do with the subject at hand. There were times where I had to go back and reread a portion of the novel that I had already read because I couldn't remember what the subject was. And he repeats himself so many times. Not to mention the exorbitant amount of crude and foul language that got old the third time you read it. Had I been reading this book out loud, I would have had to gone to confession at least 4 times because of the amount of times that Holden and other characters broke the second commandment. Now, I understand I might be in the minority when it comes to my opinions of this book. But if there's anything at all that I liked about it, were the instances when the adults in Holden's life really tried to show that they cared for him, in particular his old teacher, Mr. Antolini. What I don't think Holden realizes at all are these people in his life who truly want him to succeed. People like his parents, his sister Phoebe, his history teacher, I think it was his history teacher, Mr. Spencer. But they want him to be the best he can be, and he doesn't care. And I think that's where I see some of me in him. I think one of the main reasons why I don't like Holden Caulfield are because of the little bits of him that I see in myself. Those little bits of me that judge other people based on how they look, based on how they behave. Those little bits of me that worry he's not going to measure up to those people who he thinks are better than him. Those little bits of me that don't see someone who's trying to help me because I'm so focused on my way, because to me, my way is better. I may hate The Catcher in the Rye. I may hate the way Salinger wrote it. I may hate Holden Caulfield. But I don't hate myself, because unlike Holden, I am a real person that God called into existence, put here on this earth to live a good, wholesome, and full life, to learn how to become a better person, and to love every single individual that I meet. God bless you all. I'll see you later. So I'm curious at all as to who else has read this book, as it's very popular and very well known since its publication in the 1950s, insofar as to be banned from some schools because of the content that I previously talked about. If you wish to share your thoughts at all about the book, whether positive or negative, go ahead and comment below, keeping them constructive, of course. I know you guys are great at doing that. Okay, I'll see you all later.